people that's worried about their health. We got a lot of people that's worried about defending themselves when it comes to self-defense. We even got a lot of people out there that's nervous and worried about bullies. But we're going to set the record straight today on the Chi Lounge, baby. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Chi Lounge. Become part of the Chi Lounge family. We will be giving away prizes. We will be giving away money. We will be giving away everything possible to make y'all happy and keep y'all part of the family. Listen, for no further ado, we got a young man in the building today that I'm so blessed to have as my friend. I'm so blessed to have as a brother. This man, I knew this man for going on 2 years now. And some of y'all might look like 2 years. That ain't a long time. Listen, let me tell you something. When God put people in your life, he put people in your life for a reason. You know what I mean? And one thing I could definitely say is this brother has definitely been put in my life. He taught me a lot. When I tell you he taught me a lot, he taught me a lot in the art of self-defense, just defending myself, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're men, so we always want to stay sharp on our game. But without further ado, I want to present to some and introduce to others my man, prize fighter, MMA renowned known Mr. Alex De La Cruz.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. What's up, A?
How we doing, man?
I'm chilling, baby. Good to have you in the building. Yo, man. Yeah, hey, listen, it's all love, man. We've been trying to get him for the longest, but he doing so much fights and kicking so much ass. Listen, one time we was doing a podcast and we was trying to get Alex, and I knew it was a sign because I seen somebody get flipped over a building. I said, God damn, that's Alex.
Can't miss, man. Let's try and find out.
Yo, listen, man. Tell the people about yourself, eh?
What's up, guys? Pleasure to be here. My name's Alex De La Cruz. Been a grappler for most of my life. Been kind of fighting for a little bit now. MMA, maybe we'll get there eventually. More like, Jiu Jitsu, grappling, throwing, that kind of stuff. So I don't. Any kind of questions, we'll kind of figure out throughout the night. Whatever you need to know. Any questions you're, got in mind, or just feel free to ask.
That's what's up, man. And like I said, man, he does Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So he's definitely going to go into more detail about the fighting style art of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. He's also involved in grappling. You see what I'm saying, Alex? Couple of questions. Like, how did you get into Jiu Jitsu?
So I actually wrestled in high school. That's kind of probably how I got into it, really. My dad actually wrestled in high school before, so I have two brothers, and we would go to the pool in the summer. We would hang out. We're all like, let's get dad. We're jumping on him, and he's just like picking us up and throwing us off. We're like, how are you doing all of this? And he's like, well, I wrestled. So eventually, probably like 7th grade, I started wrestling, and that was kind of like the basis for there. So then, I did that throughout high school, and then I wanted to wrestle in college. I wasn't able to just because of where I went. They didn't have the program anymore. So, then it was kind of just like, training on my own and stuff like that. And then maybe in like 2020, I found this gym that I was going to, and, they did jiu-jitsu, and I was always kind of like, I knew about it, especially from, my background and watching UFC and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until then I was kind of like seeing it more and more that I was like, all right, let me give this a try. Anybody who was there, they're like, oh, like you wrestle. And I was like, yeah. They're like, you should definitely try this. Like, you would fit right in. So eventually I tried it, and after that, the rest is history. Now we've just been doing it.
Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Are we talking WWE, or are we talking like...
We talking WWF, bro. World Wrestling Federation.
Undertaker.
Oh, damn, he went to the dead man.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
Shout outs to the Undertaker, man. Shout out to the Undertaker.
When he show up, it's business, so.
Yo, I remember being a kid. My first time ever seeing wrestling, bro. My cousins, like me and my cousins, we was actually coming from church. And I can't remember if SmackDown used to be on Thursday or Friday. It was one of them. But my cousins used to always want to rush to get home by 8 o'clock to see SmackDown.
It's on, bro. You got to catch it.
But I never knew what it was. So by the time I'm a kid. I'm like 11, 10. I'm like, yo, by the time I'm going to see what SmackDown's all about. And my first time being introduced to The Undertaker, bro.
That's it.
All the lights went out. I'm a kid, 10, 11 years old. I'm like, yo, somebody ain't paying their light bill.
I said, you said. What's going on?
Yo, the lights went out, and all you hear is, boom. And I'm like, what the hell?
Like, oh, nah, I gotta go.
Bro, that scared me. That terrified. My favorite wrestler was The Rock. Still is, bro.
I can't blame you, bro.
Shout outs to The Rock. Let's go. Shout outs to The Rock, baby. Shout out to The Rock.
Smell when he's cooking.
I smell when he. Hey, listen. I smell when he cooking. It better be good. But Alex, who was one of your biggest influences growing up?
Definitely my father. He obviously wouldn't be here without him. But he kind of, he really like laid down the path and how to go. Like, you learn what to do and things that maybe you can improve upon. So I definitely think looking up to him is kind of like I want to be like that. I want to be able to provide for my family, take care, go to work, do what I have to do, and then I can still come home, spend time with my kids. Right. Help around the house, whatever they need, and then we can play, we can do sports, we can play video games, all that kind of stuff. Right.
Shout outs to Pops, man. Shout out to Pop De La Cruz. You know what I mean? That's a cool ass name too, Pop De La Cruz. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a name where you on the boat and you just smoking a cigar and they looking for you. They just like, there's Mr. De La Cruz.
It's funny too. We'll probably add to that too. When I was younger. He actually used to have long hair. Like it was like here, he used to braid it in a ponytail and it would come down to like his hip. And he had a uniform, so he would wear like steel toe boots and stuff. And he used to take us to school, and some of my friends would just be like, "Yo, I'm scared of your dad." I'm like, "Why?" But then you look at him; he's got his hair pulled back in a long ass braid, like So I was like, I kind of can't blame you for that. But
wow, that's what's up, man. Alex, health is a big thing. It's so much, it's so much negative stuff going on right now with health. You got a lot of people that's catching cases of cancer like crazy. You got people that's becoming diabetic. You know what I mean? Even myself, I'm diabetic myself. You know what I mean? You got so many cases, chronic kidney disease. You know what I mean? You got so many cases, people catching cases of just so much bad health. Like, what do you do to maintain keeping yourself in shape? What is like one of your regimens? Like, do you wake up in the morning? Do you drink some egg juice? You know what I'm saying? You do some push-ups. Like you just, you know what I mean? You just get on a pull-up bar. You just start doing pull-ups. You know what I'm saying? And then you just, you just let it all out. Like what do you do to keep yourself in shape?
Well, first off, if you really want to do the egg juice stuff, knock yourself out. I ain't gonna stop that. Not for me, but if that works for you, good for you. Honestly, I mean, me personally, I feel like there's just a lot of information, but there's a lot of misinformation, especially with the internet and all these things on these days. Health looks different to everybody. I wasn't always like in shape, growing up. I was also a big kid as well.
Really?
Yeah, man, I was big. I was a big boy.
How big? Pause. But you were big for real?
I was chunky boy.
Like fat, chunky?
Yeah, I was chunky boy.
Like me, fat, chunky?
Yeah, man.
Oh man, yo, I would have never thought that, bro. Like you so built and stocky, like you know what I mean? Like what changed?
I started wrestling, honestly. It wasn't until then, I was big, and then it was really like 7th, 8th grade, I kind of like started being active more and more. Yeah. My body started to lean. I was from there, I kind of just started trying to stay consistent with it to keep that on. But, really, in a good way actually to put this is because, I was in shape for a long time, but then, last year, I was training and I had a teammate do some crazy thing. That's a whole other story. And I tore my pec tendon.
Did you punch him in his damn face?
I definitely wanted to. My girlfriend definitely wanted to. She wanted to fight on the spot, but I was hurting, so.
Shout out to girlfriend wanting to fight on the spot. She defends her man. Listen, all you jerks that think you gonna come for Mr. Alex De La Cruz, you got Mrs. De La Cruz ready to go cruise on your face.
You don't want to mess with her because she be kicking my ass, so I mean.
And you see how big he is. But Alex, along with health, right? as far as like diets and like nutritions, minerals, you got a lot of people that's taking supplements. You got people that's on steroids because they want to get more muscular, more bigger. You got people taking one-a-days, all these multivitamins and stuff like that. What's some vitamins or recipes with minerals that you can offer to our viewers?
I will preface this by saying I'm not a doctor. Check with your doctor. Anything you want to take, find out with them first.
Find out with the doctor.
Honestly, I mean, I'm good with daily multivitamin. I used to do a multivitamin all the time because it's kind of just like a mix of everything, and it's really easy. You don't have to track these different things. Recently, I kind of moved on to like a men's daily vitamin. I'll take a B, like a B complex, vitamin D.
Okay.
And
we need vitamin D.
Pause.
I just caught that. Shout out to vitamin D. Pause. we don't need that, but there's some women that vitamin D.
And like a magnesium supplement because it helps with sleep. It's also supposed to help kind of like regulate your gut and absorb different nutrients and stuff. Really, for me, it was kind of like help sleep and help go to the bathroom. Supposedly helps with that. But,
gotcha.
Mainly like I'll take like a protein supplement and, really like supplements are a supplement. Right. If you can get the majority of your things from eating and having your daily foods, then right, you take that. But like, if you're eating or you have these goals that is like really high, then, okay, like let's say, for example, you're trying to hit like 200 grams of protein a day. Yeah. So you can eat a bunch of things and then you can have a protein shake to help supplement to meet your goal. Right. I take creatine. There's a lot of studies about creatine and people kind of get all crazy about it. It's actually really healthy for you. Right. Whether you're an athlete or even a regular person on a daily basis, there's actually been more research that shows people who are even maybe coming across with like osteoporosis, like their bones become very frail and stuff like that. It actually helps, and even
so milk can't fix that.
It'll help, but it won't fix it. If you have osteoporosis, you can't fix it. You can do things to help strengthen your bones to minimize it.
Okay.
But once they start really deteriorating to get to that state, it's kind of just what you're stuck with. But like anything else, once you have it, if you know about it, you can do things to kind of help alleviate it in a way. Right. And that whether that be like strength training, which everybody should do, even the geriatric population, older people, because that really helps build that density. Which like I said, there are research that shows creatine and even just working out in general. It'll help build that for your bones to make you stronger so that you can, move around and do all those things on your own as you get older.
Let me ask you something, Alex. This is very, very personal, and I'm going to get personal. Have you ever gotten a colonoscopy?
No. I'm good.
You should get a colonoscopy.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I never thought, they say the older we get as men, you know what I mean? It's good for us to get colonoscopies. But it makes sense because, dealing with prostate cancer and stuff like that and just the overall health of your body. But I don't know about you, Alex, but the concept of a needle and a camera up my ass frightens the hell out of me.
I would be concerned if it didn't.
Yes. Very concerned.
Yeah. That's why I think if I don't need to, I will probably put it off as long as possible. Now, if I need to, then, I kind of just got to do it, like.
How about some simple lemon water?
Lemon water is good for you.
Will it flush your asshole?
I think it'll help, but I doubt it will flush it the way you're thinking.
Shout outs to Limit Water, flush you out, man. Listen, if you got a colonoscopy, man, shout outs to you for doing it. If you didn't get a colonoscopy, you know what I mean, fellas. Listen, they strongly advise that we do it. I haven't reached that level of spirituality yet. You know what I mean? So he ain't done with me yet.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Alex, self-defense. Who taught you how to fight?
Honestly, once I really started training, my coaches, throughout the years, anybody that I've trained with personally, that's really how I've learned, and kind of will just practice on my own to kind of like hone that skill just to have it.
So, Alex, I'm going to demonstrate something. We're going to demonstrate something real quick. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not that stupid, okay? You're a professional fighter. Trust me, I wouldn't hit you. I'm not an itch, but I'm not going to hit you. So, when it comes to self-defense, in your opinion, and then we're going to do a demonstration for you guys. In your opinion, what is the components of self-defense? Like, is it a connection between your eyes and your inner being, your instincts, just your experience? What are the components of self-defense when it comes to a fight, in your opinion?
Honestly, all of those things that you mentioned, everything kind of has to come together. Your eyes, you have to see what's going around you. You will have your instincts, and, you kind of have to be able to trust that because, even if you're out at a bar or something and people around you kind of have to be able to feel like, oh, like, is something coming from behind me? Like, kind of have your head on a swivel. There is like a spirituality that does come with it, especially, I've gotten that more as I've trained. Kind of just being at peace with yourself, but, it's obviously harder to be like that in a heated environment, so to say.
Right.
But for sure, it's definitely, you gotta have, your eyes, your instincts, everything going on that you might be feeling inside, being able to channel that so that you have energy to move and kind of like, figure out and watch everything that's going on.
Okay, so Alex, with you being a jiu-jitsu fighter, I'm going to throw a punch, a slow motion punch. We know how the streets get down. We know how the streets duck and bob and weave and all that. But as a jiu-jitsu fighter, I want you to demonstrate a technique of how you would block an oncoming hit. You ready?
Yeah. All
right. This is my fist. You guys see my fist? I'm going to knock the hell out of his ass.
Plot twist, he knocks me out.
I'm not going to do that. His man is trained. His hands is registered. I'm not doing that. You ready, Alex? So I throw a punch.
Honestly, if we're out and we're fighting your punch, I'm probably just going to try to parry it to get out of the way.
You guys see that? Do you guys see that? We're going to do it again. But this time we're going to do it faster. Y'all ready?
Because now he's crossed his body. I can push this off and leaves him open. Now I can, whatever I feel like, kind of take down or I want to get to expose him. Then I can go that way. I mean, even here, you're blocking him like here. Like, he's open. I could even just throw another punch.
Excellent. So, excellent. So, Alex, what are some when it comes to fighting and it comes to like weak spots and weak areas? You're a professional, so I know that you study your opponents whenever you go into the ring. I've even seen your videos. Your videos are like immaculate. Thank you. My God! When you guys get the chance, you guys go see his videos. Alex De La Cruz. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. Everywhere. You guys support him. Listen, this brother is. I'm telling you, MMA, WWE. Listen, he's there. I'm telling you, he's going there, and you guys are gonna wish y'all knew him. Talk to him, ask some questions, because I know him. You know what I'm saying? Let me have a problem. Hey, I know Alex De La Cruz.
I got you. Yeah, I got you, bro.
But I know you study your opponents, Alex. What are some weak areas that you noticed about a lot of fighters?
It may vary depending on your opponent. Like past injuries, if they have anything that they might have like tweaked or injured, like coming up in their fight. Even for what I train my sport, it's a lot of grappling. It's joint locks and submissions. Generally, like I could probably say most people is like joints. Because if you lock a joint and then you have like there's angles, fulcrums, positions to have them in where they're weaker than others. Kind of the degree of the way the joint moves. So I would say joints, really. I mean, you have your eyes, your ears that are also sensitive. Your neck, if you get in there, you can't do anything. You can't breathe either. So it varies on the fighters, like I said, depending on if you have an injury, like, if you're going to fight somebody and they have a brace, like, oh, like, did they hurt that? Is that a new thing? Is that an old thing?
Yeah.
And also, sometimes, too, people will just wear things because for that exact thing, some people are like, oh, well, that's hurt. I'm going to go after that. But, they could just be wearing it just for support, and they're like, no, I'm not hurt. Like, I'm good. So
it's not necessarily a weakness. It's actually, it can be used for strength.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely, I think it's definitely like it can be used as like a support to kind of aid, like to help give that extra support, where it can be used as strength. I think what happens a lot with people, and even outside of fighting, even like in the gym and stuff like that, people will be like, oh, I'm hurt, and then, wear a brace or something all the time. But if you're wearing a brace all the time, you don't do the proper strengthening, rehabbing, and stuff like that, then, you kind of, that becomes a crutch for you. And, that will actually do more harm than good in the long run.
Alex, name a time when you was a kid, because I'm sure everybody want to know, name a time when you were a kid where you had to use self-defense, where you had to defend yourself, whether you were in a fight at school or you got jumped or, name a time during your childhood where you had to really, really defend yourself. Because I got a story that I'm going to tell you and I'm going to tell them that's, when I had to defend myself. But I'm going to let you go first.
For me personally, I actually was never been in fights. I've been very close. There have been times, though, that even like in grammar school, because, it was like once I started wrestling, then people were kind of like, oh, like, I'm not going to mess with him. But, there were times even then that you kind of have somebody that's like, oh, well, he thinks he's so tough, which, I don't think that. I'll be the last person to tell you that, but...
you're a sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, people always kind of like find a way to come and test the waters, but like, I've definitely ran in and like, somebody was like messing with my friend, and I kind of like got there and was like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, leave him alone. Like, there's no reason for this. And then it's kind of like where if they started like really trying to, keep pushing, and I was like, if you want to mess, like, we can mess around, and then they kind of like will back down and stuff. So that's kind of been more of the case, like where like I mean, I personally have never been in like a physical altercation, thankfully, because honestly, if you can avoid that, definitely avoid that, because it's usually more of a headache than anything else.
Yeah, fighting's definitely not the way. But sometimes we do go through life and people test you.
Shit happens.
It's like the good words say. Like Apostle Paul said. I like to equate it to Apostle Paul. When I will to do good, evil is always present. Sometimes you can just be minding your business and trouble comes to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes your manhood will be tested.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? I remember when I haven't really been in a lot of fights. My last fight was in 3rd grade, brother. 3rd grade. Ever since then, I've never gotten another fight. I lied to you not.
Who took your lunch money?
Oh, no, they ain't take my damn lunch money. You take my damn lunch money, it's going to be another story. But one time, I got into a fight. It was crazy because somebody was messing with my little brother. And my mother, she sent me to the school to go pick up my brother. And every day, my brother come out of this door, every single day. This particular day, he didn't come out that door. Or rather, he did come out the door, but it was such a mass crowd of people that was around him and 2 other boys that was jumping him. And when I was looking at this guy, he was like this big crowd just circling around. You like kids get a fight going on.
Yeah,
they go berserk. And I'm going on, and I'm looking like, I know that's not my brother. And without me even thinking, because that shit, I booked over there, and I just blacked out because all I saw was my brother being in a fight with 2 boys. And the man part of me wanted to fight. Going back on what you were saying, fighting's not the answer.
Bro, I mean, that kind of situation, I'm in there. We throwing hands.
But it ricocheted. I wanted to fight, but all I saw was 2 boys against my brother. And my brother even tell you this. I pulled them apart. And at that moment, that's when I knew I matured, because the only thing I told them Why y'all fighting? Y'all friends. What are y'all doing? Because they was all friends. So in my mind, it's like 2 of y'all turned on him like, no, y'all friends. Because I'm always an advocate. I'm always an advocate for the right thing. If you have a friendship that's worth saving, save that friendship. Granted, sometimes we got friendships and relationships that we really need to let go. But these particular 2, I knew them for so long and they was in his life for so long. I was like, why are y'all fighting? Look, no. Don't give these little bastards a show. Don't give them what they want. Because you leave it to them, they rather y'all tear each other apart. And that's not going down, not on my watch. And I pulled all 3 of them aside. I said, y'all need to talk this out. You see what I'm saying? And, you know, they all, long story short, he came home with me. They went their separate ways. But I was ready to throw bowls, bro. Yeah. And I'm a big dude. You know what I'm saying? It takes nothing for me to
just let it rip.
Just let it rip on their ass. You see what I'm saying? And then the second time I got into a fight, it wasn't even really a fight. Oh, I knew some Jiu Jitsu too, brother.
Oh, hell yeah.
But let me tell you something. This kid was messing with me in school, man. And I didn't have everything in school, you know what I mean? I didn't have the nicest. I didn't have, Nikes, Reeboks, and, I had fucking Pro Wings. You know what I mean? You remember the Pro Wings, dog. You know what I mean? $16 sneakers.
Like shit.
The corduroys. Marv, you remember the corduroys? Your parents going shopping at Woolworth and you go to the gym, the kids, you got on Pro Wings. Can your sneakers fly? It's like your mother.
Yeah, bro, let me rock, bro. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Need it for?
And this dude just kept screwing with me every single day till finally I had enough. But it wasn't the part that I had enough that was funny. It's what I did that was funny.
Oh, boy.
So he threatened me and everything. We got outside. He's like, I'm going to beat you up after school. Well, he ain't say it like that. He's like, I'm going to beat you up after school.
Close enough.
And so, and everything. And so we get out of school, you know what I mean? And he ready to fight me. And I'm trying to walk away and stuff like that. He ready to fight. I was ready. Remember when you said that when you was younger, you was chubby, you was fat? Mm-hmm. Bro, when I was younger, I was skinny. Unbelievable, right?
It happens. It'd be like that sometimes.
Whatever, Alex. I was skinny. And so jokers used to pick on me. They ain't doing that shit no more. But jokers used to pick on me. And you know what I mean? I love my childhood, but sometimes jokers try you because you little. You know what I'm saying? And we came outside and he trying to fight me. One of the girls who felt sorry for me, she was pushing him away. Like, no, leave him alone, stuff like that. And I got so fed up, bro. I did the most craziest thing that you would ever think of that would be the last thing to do, bro. I didn't even square up. It was a little, not a fire hydrant, but like the little metal things that stick up out of the ground and they kind of loop over.
Oh, yeah.
I stepped on top of that, and he was standing in front of me, and I did a front flip on his head, dog. A front flip on his... Shout out to me hitting a front flip on his head. I hit him in his head. I whoop your head, boy.
Yo, that's disrespect. I would just go home after that. I don't even want to fight now. You doing a front flip on me, bro? You got that. I'm out. I'll take the L.
Bro.
In front of everybody? No, I'm good, bro.
I hit him with the flip, dog. I was hurt.
My boy was like, yo, check this shit out.
Yo, he didn't even see it coming, bro. I straight hit him with my book bag on.
I wouldn't either.
I hit him with the front flip, bro, and I landed on my back and my butt, but my foot caught him right in his face, bro. Nice. And I was like, I might be hurt today, but god damn it, you ain't coming to school to say no more.
Mm-hmm. You got him mentally, emotionally. That's it. It's over,
bro. I got 3 girls' numbers. I had all the lunch I want. The lunch I want, bro.
You prom king after that.
I don't know what I was, but I know I was the man around the school. I know that. Ain't no mother could try me. I know that.
You want to get flipped on? Try me. What's up?
Which leads into our next topic and our last topic, Bullies. Once again, man, shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Bravery Studios. Shout out to the producer, Marv. Listen, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the Chi Lounge on YouTube. We on Facebook, Instagram, man. Y'all want to hear the full effects of what we hear, subscribe to the channel and you can hear it. Once again, we'll be giving out prizes and all that stuff. Going on to our last and final chapter, bullies. Bullies. But we know all of y'all got stories of bullies. Maybe some of y'all used to be bullies with your whack ass. But Alex, name a time in your life, like, did you have a bully or were you the bully?
Yeah, probably like when I was like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. Actually, I had a bully, but it was like verbally. You know, and they would kind of just always say shit every day, and I was just kind of just like, why? Like, what's your problem? You know, and kind of for a while, I really didn't even know how to like go about it. You know, kind of like he would say things, and I'm kind of just like let it rock and just be like, why? Like, I mean, one day, we were lined up in gym, and we were like lined up here, and the other was like on the other side of the gym, and he was like standing across from me, and he kept like mouthing something to me, and I was just so mad that day.
You don't want to get him mad. Not the Jiu Jitsu guy.
I remember I like was trying to like stay calm, but I just got mad and like I booked it. Like I sprinted at him, and then obviously he started running, and the teacher was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And nothing actually ever happened. But again, once I started like training and doing my own thing, it wasn't like I'm gonna beat you up or anything like that. It stopped.
And let me tell you something, it take a lot to get him mad. So if he sprinted at that boy, and y'all know light-skinned people, they already crazy when they get mad. They get mad.
That's it, you want to.
You son of a... They mad. He sprinted to that boy. So you can just imagine what color he was. Right now he yellow. He was probably fucking red. You know what I'm saying?
It's a mix of colors.
But I think when it comes to bullies, Alex, I think a variety of things. I think sometimes bullies, they envy you. I think they can be jealous of you. They see something inside of you that they want. They see stuff that you have that they want.
100%.
Sometimes they want to be you. Sometimes they lack self-confidence in themselves. Bullies typically usually lack something within themselves. They're not satisfied with something in them. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think there's some sort of envy, and there's a whole thing you could get into where it's like, they got things going on at home that's affecting them, and, that's why like they're lashing out and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different reasons why that could be going on. Honestly, even for me, and as I've learned through the years is, you can't feed into it, but that also means that you can't be a pushover about it either. Like, even for like with that instance with that kid, and then even throughout the years with my friends in high school and stuff like that, like, you're always going to have bullies, and you're going to have people that don't like you.
Right.
You could be doing everything right, and people are just going to hate on you.
Inevitable, yeah.
Right. So, you have to be able to put your foot down and kind of be like, look, I'm not going to take shit from you.
Right.
And that's kind of where, like, me personally, it's like, I'm the nicest guy in the world. I'll talk to you. We can hang out, whatever. But I'm also know when to put my foot down, and I'm not going to take shit from you.
Right.
And if you're going to keep pushing, then I'm going to push back.
Right.
And I'm not saying to fight, and I had said this earlier, it really should be the last thing that you do, and, really try to avoid, especially now these days, like, maybe back in the day, you can get away. All right, you want to fight? We can fight. Hash it out, and that's it. But these days, everybody's got a weapon. There's a different agenda. You beat somebody up, and then they come back later on, and it's this whole big ordeal, and it's not even fair.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth it. Yeah, but definitely, something that I think it comes from, like, something that they lack internally that, maybe they're having a hard time trying to find. They don't have a resource to, reach out and talk about, or they don't have friends, something's going on at home, and I think a lot of those things just build up, and sometimes that's just what they think is the way to get those emotions out. Maybe that's what they think, how they're going to make friends, or even it might even be a learned behavior from somebody at home. They're like, oh, well, they do that. Like, it must be okay for me to do that. And that kind of just will repeat and carry on like that,
And, to piggyback off of that, I think, culturally, a lot of kids have been poisoned, like their minds have been poisoned culturally, to go against their own, or go against a certain type of person, certain type of color, certain type of ethnicity, certain type of race, religion. Some people just culturally, some people even religiously, their minds have been poisoned to where they become bullies to other people just based off of what they were taught. You know what I mean? maybe their grandparents or maybe their parents taught them to hate this certain individual, hate this. It's a lot of varieties that go into bullying. But at the end of the day, bullies. One thing, we definitely want to try to keep in mind is, for all of the people that's bullies out there, karma is real. You know what I mean? Whether you believe in karma or whether you believe in you live by the sword, you die by the sword, what goes around comes around. What you do to somebody is going to come back to you. You know what I mean? So you got to treat people with respect. You got to love people. We're in society, especially the urban area, you can let me know if I'm wrong or not. You know what I mean? We got so many young people today. They want to be gangsters and they want to be tough. They want to be in the streets. Let me tell you something. You know what's tough? You know what's gangster? What's tough and what's gangster is getting your education. What's tough and what's gangster is getting a trade. What's tough and what's gangster is getting your college degree, helping your parents, paying your bills. That's tough. That's gangsters. Street gangsters, all let me tell you something, that stuff either ends up in the grave or in jail. And you don't want to be in neither one. And one thing I can say about this young generation, you guys are strong, man. You guys are strong. You know what I mean? And you guys don't take no for an answer. But you gotta treat each other with respect. Never think that you superior to anybody else, because when you think you bad, my mama always used to say it, Alex, it's always somebody.
Someone bad. There's always a bigger fish in the pond.
Bigger fish in the pond. So listen, Alex about to end y'all off with some remarks. He gonna leave y'all with some notes. Let him have it, A.
Well, first off, thanks for having me on here. This was actually awesome. I had a good time. Thank you for having me on here.
Blessings.
I guess if there's anything is, regarding your health and stuff like that, you don't have to do anything crazy, really. Everyone's like, well, I got to work out like 6 times a week and I got to do 3 workouts and this and that. And walk. Honestly, walking is so underrated. You get work, set little goals. They become big goals over time, and it's all the little things that add up. Even if like you're barely walking, okay, try to walk 2,000 steps a day. Do that for a week. Try to add a little more. Okay, now we're walking a lot. How's my eating? Am I eating too much? What can I change about that? And it's a lot of little things. Everybody should definitely do some sort of strength training. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be lifting these crazy ass weights. Talk to a personal trainer at the gym. Read your information online. It's really just little things that add up. You don't have to do anything crazy. But everybody should definitely be lifting weights. And just watch what you eat. I love to eat. So,
So do I, brother. So do I.
You put foot here, you said we're going to eat. I'm like, all right, we out. Like, what are we eating? But everybody's like, well, I'm doing a diet and I can't have all these things that I like. And it's like, no, you can still have them, just in moderation. You can't have it every day, 3 times a week. Like, just have it here and there. Stick to your main things where, that you're trying to improve upon, and then you can still have that. Whether you're doing any kind of martial arts, Jiu Jitsu, fighting, whatever, anything for self-defense, definitely recommend it. World is getting crazier and crazier every day. I would definitely recommend doing something. 1, you get you in shape. 2, you push yourself. It really helps you mentally, some clarity, and especially if you're working all day, then you can kind of go get your emotions out and help you stay fit. And then if you find something that you like, then it's kind of like you go and you enjoy it, and it helps you to do something better. But definitely, if you learn something like that, then it's good for you to have. And not that you want to go somewhere and be like, yeah, I can fight everybody, but that like I'm good. Like, if anything were to happen, I can take care of myself and my family. And that's also like, why I do these things. I want to be able to protect myself. I want to be able to protect the people around me.
Right. So,
I think those are my things, really. Try to do something little bit every day, walking, just watch what you're eating, like have your foods that you like to eat, and then find some sort of exercise or sport that you like to do, just so you can be better. Try to be better, a little bit better every day.
Yo, that's what's up, man. Listen, shout outs to my man, the one and only Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, Mr. Alex De La Cruz. Once again, you guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Shout outs to Bravery Studios, my man Marv in the building. If you got music, if you need a studio, you need podcasts, you do that, Marv do it all. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Bravery Studios, Garfield, New Jersey. Yo, we out. Been the Chi Lounge, baby. Salute.
Later, guys.